I want to recreate this Hunter Schafer eyeshadow look because I love it so much. So that's what we're gonna do. I did my base in another video. My lip is very simple. I'll just tell you up top because like she's barely wearing a lip. I used the Kosas lip liner, or this is the hot liner in the shade 100. That's literally it. And then I just put a little bit of lip balm on. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's not true. I put a little bit of concealer in the center. I did put a little bit of concealer in the center, so it's not necessarily that light, but that's pretty much all I did. Let's get into it. I'm gonna be using the Stone Cold Fox palette from ColourPop because this might be, it's so funny because it's like a ridiculously cool toned palette. This might be one of my favorite palettes. Like I just like go to it for so many things, and it's perfect for this look because we have this really good cool toned gray here and then this nice silver. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna prime my eyes with Urban Decay primer, which I haven't used in a really long time, but I just want to keep things looking like really, really natural. The rest of my face is pretty natural looking, and I like that this eye look is just kind of like, I don't know, it looks like she's not really wearing any makeup other than that. You know what I mean? Like that's the effect, and I like that. Okay, I can start to feel my eye primer getting a little tacky and sticky. Now what I'm gonna do is just go in with a little bit of translucent powder and set my lids. I'm using the one from About Face because I basically just always get creasing in here. This little area of my eye as I get older, it just becomes heavier and it just creases, so. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty simple. I tried looking at all of the photos and I couldn't find, I guess I could try to find video of it. I don't even know what this red carpet was. Whatever. It's kind of hard to see exactly like what the eye look is, so I'm gonna kind of like interpret it the way that I think it is. I'm gonna start off with You Rock, which is a little bit more of like a more neutral color. And I'm just gonna create like a little bit of a, I'm gonna just draw that out. And I'm gonna be using a small brush. All my brushes are dirty right now. I'm gonna use my Refer 26 brush, which is this kind of like pencil. It's like a fatter like pencil brush. I'm gonna focus that on the tip, and I'm just gonna draw it out. So it's like very much like from her outer corner, going out like that. Past the tail of her brow, because her brows are quite short and lifted. I like this brush because it's pointed. I have a little more precision, but it's soft. It's nice and soft, so it still blends, you know? All right, now I'm gonna take that and I'm just going to connect it back here. Her lid is a little lower than mine. It's a little more hooded. So it's gonna look a little, the effect of it is gonna be a little bit different. This is like a sick look though for hooded eyes, I have to say. Like it's like, it's doing everything that I always talk about when I do my like hooded eye tutorials, where the emphasis is on like that outer corner and then you are playing with the inner corner. I just love it. And then I'm just going to kind of drag this down onto the lid. So we're kind of doing that bat wing situation, just larger. I might just use this brush for everything because I hate switching brushes. This is a very simple eye look, but it's extremely effective, like so effective. All right, I'm gonna grab Rumor Mill, which is this nice, almost, it's got like a little bit of navy in there. It's like this nice cool toned gray. And I'm just gonna use that same brush. It's so hard to tell. I'm gonna start this on the lid, on the outer corner. I can't tell if she has black. I don't think she does. Maybe I'll just cover. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch to my Sigma E54 brush. Once again, picking up a Rumor Mill. And I'm gonna focus this in the center of that thing, like shape that we sketched out, and then slowly drag it in towards the inner corner. And just kind of like making sure that I'm blending into that first shade that I applied. I think that's good. Am I getting a ton of fallout? Because I can feel it. Why? I'm never doing my eyes second ever again. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just taking, this is the brush that I used to do my nose contour. And I'm just buffing around the edges. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush, a little fluffy brush. This is the Refer 13 brush, and I'm gonna mix You Rock and Rumor Mill. So just both of those shades, just tapping between the two, really tapping off my brush. And then I'm just gonna do a light blend all around, just literally all around into the inner corner. And then I'm gonna grab, wow, oh my God, so much fallout. I'm gonna grab Magnetic Moon, which is this beautiful silver color right here. And I have absolutely no idea how much of her lid it's on, because again, we have very different eye shapes. This is an about face brush. This is, I have absolutely no idea. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's this little guy, kind of like a long lip brush almost. I'm gonna pick up Magnetic Moon with that, tapping it off, and I'm gonna start this in my inner corner and just kind of fade it into the lid. I'm actually gonna pick that up and then do a little misting with some Fix Plus to really like amp up that foil. Use your finger, but my finger, I have chubby fingers. They're not gonna be able to get in here and do this detail, so I'm using a brush. And I just wanna make sure that I have, because hers is, ooh, okay. Hers is very apparent when her eyes are open. So I just wanna make sure that I'm, yeah, making it, damn, that's like real good. All right, and then I'm just gonna kind of fade it in the inner corner, not taking it like really far, but I feel like when her eyes are open, I can still see like a teeny bit on like her inner lid. So there's at least a little, like they just think it's a little bit blended, but ooh, just using a little bit of a setting spray really makes a big difference. This might be a little too silvery, and what she has in her inner corner might be a little bit closer to a gunmetal, like a slightly darker base, if you are interested in recreating this. All right, I'm gonna grab that little Refer 13 brush, and I'm just wiping it off a little bit. And I'm just gonna blend between those shadows, especially on my left eye here, because they kind of got a little disconnected looking. And then I'm gonna take this little brush and just kind of swoop around the outer edge so that it looks a little less like, remember, it was just like sharp when I first put it down. I'm obsessed with that. And then for my eyeliner, I'm gonna use Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Gel Pencil in black, obviously, this tiny little guy. Okay, so I'm going to tight line the top, kind of pressing into, well, I'm not doing like in here, but I'm kind of pressing into the base of my lashes. Does she have this all the way? It kind of looks like it. This is a really great eyeliner to blend. See how I'm dotting to thicken up that lash line? My brushes are dirty right now, and I have not washed them, so I'm working with limited products. I'm gonna grab my Refer 23 brush, this tiny little blender guy, and just pat. I'm strategically patting down into my lashes so that I'm not making that line too thick. I just want to make sure that I'm blending that into the lash line and it doesn't just look like a bunch of little tiny ants walking on my lashes. You know what I mean? And I think she has a teeny bit of a wing happening. It does look like it gets a little thicker out here. Just keep in mind our eye shapes are very different. And then she has like a little bit, I can't tell if it's the black eyeliner or if it's like a dark gray, but it's just on the outer corner. Just kind of dragged here. And then what looks like just smudged a little bit. And then I'm just gonna drag whatever's left over up. I'm just gonna build this up a little bit more on the outer part because it just feels like she's got a little more black going on over here. It just doesn't look as intense on her. I'm gonna take that same brush, the 23, and I'm gonna go into Rumor Mill. And then I'm going to pat over this black on the outer part to soften it and make it just kind of like look like one. And I'm just ignoring the fallout. I don't want to talk about it. And just a teeny little bit on the outer corner, but not really, like just to connect that, you know what I mean? And that really just like, it makes it kind of creates the effect, because she does have like quite a like cat eye situation going on, but it's not that dark, you know? So I'm just connecting that so that it's not so like, I don't know, disconnected wing. The disconnected wing just looks very like 2016, like I'm trying to do a wing, you know what I mean? And this just softens it, makes everything kind of look like one. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes with my Refer lash curler. And she doesn't have any falsies on. And I'm trying to decide if that's what I wanna do. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury, what the hell is this? Exagger Black? Exagger Eyes volumizing mascara. Okay. Focusing it mostly on the outer corner of the lashes. Does she have it? She kind of has it everywhere. But it's just like her lashes are not the focal point of this look, you know? It's really just to kind of like blend the lash into that eyeliner. So if you're really trying to go for this, you don't even necessarily need to curl your lashes, but if you feel like your eyes end up like just very closed without curling your lashes, that's kind of how I feel. Like my lashes, especially not using a waterproof mascara, they'll fall anyway. So I usually give them a curl. And then for my lower lashes, I'm gonna focus kind of going angled, and it doesn't go all the way in. So I'm just gonna really lightly hit that. Oh! Oh, Q-tips! Actually, I kind of feel like I applied maybe a little bit too much of the eyeliner on the bottom. So once my mascara is dry, I might just like wipe a little bit off. And then I'm just gonna do another coat on my upper lashes, and really, this is gonna like straighten them out, and then really just pull them to the side to emphasize that cat eye structure that we have. That's it. So this is how it looks following like the exact placement of hers on my eyes. If you have like more like open eyes like I do, if you don't have like super hooded lids, then what you can do is just like take all of this down a little bit, you know? Like I placed it pretty much exactly where she has it. You just take it down because it does like, it's going to look different on different eye shapes, right? If you have round eyes, this is not going to look the same on you, you know what I mean? But I think it's really cool. I really love it on her. Just like so like edgy ethereal. She just like nails edgy ethereal always. And I've been like really leaning into warm tones recently, and like cream and like caramel and all these like flattering colors. And I haven't done like a cool toned, I haven't even worn silver jewelry in a long time. So I wanted to do something like this, you know, but I liked it. I like it. Thoughts? Would you wear it? What do you think? Does it need a lash? Me personally, I think, because my eyes are slightly more rounded, actually, you know what? Let's just do it since we're here. Why not? I'm gonna take a little bit, like what does that even mean? These are good. I like these. The velour self-stick lashes are some of my faves. Like, they might be my favorite self-stick lashes. They're so good. So this is, what style is this? I can't friggin' see. It's this one. I don't know. It looks like this. Maybe you see something that I don't. Like, I truly don't see anything. But I love their self-stick lashes. And for me, for my eye shape, I feel like just a couple like right here on the end are the best. So I'm gonna use, we have 4 short and 4 long. I'm gonna use the long ones under here. Yeah, and you can hardly even see, oh wait, I wanted to use 2. I guess I'll use a medium. So I'm gonna use medium and long. So now I'll use a medium next to it. Oh, it came off. You should wait for your mascara to dry, which I absolutely did not do. So yeah. Don't make my mistakes. This is also a mascara that like takes a while to dry. But you know what I mean? Like for my eye shape, can you see that difference? It adds like a little bit of a lift just on that end, and it kind of makes it look a little more finished, not too glam, you know what I mean? But this just looks like a little too unfinished. I think if it were lower, it'd be fine. All right, guys, that's it for this eye look. I just wanted to do that really quick because I've been kind of obsessed with the eye look. And I just always love every look. Every look, anytime she steps out, I love the look. I love the look. I know some people were like, oh, her, you know, Met Gala look this year was just like a little too simple. I thought she was so perfect. Like literally so perfect. I felt the same way about Zendaya though. Like, yeah, maybe a little more simple than previous, but like so perfect. I just can't get over it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you've been wanting to recreate this look, keep in mind your eye shape and where you want to place things, you know? This is a great look for hooded eyes. Yeah, if you want any other celebrity recreations, please let me know. I love doing them. And I just wanted to let you know that I placed a gigantic order from Kimchi Chic, okay? So we have some very colorful looks coming up for June. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go. And I'll see you next time, hopefully.